Hello, good afternoon, all. My name is Azhar Hussain. I head marketing and sales for Together Mints. So, on the call, we have Shruti and Rakesh with us, and they have signed up with us and they wanted to know more about this project. So, hello, Shruti. Hi, Rakesh. How are you doing?
Hey Azhar, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much.
Hi,
So,
Azhar, Shruti here.
yeah, hi, Shruti.
How
Good
are
to
you?
hear from. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much. And good to hear from you. So, we got your details. How did you get to know about a project?
So a week ago, Rakesh and I were going through
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, and then we found a post about Together Mints,
Mm-hmm.
and the facade of the project was something that actually, uh, you know, created an interest in knowing more about what this project was all about because it looks very unique from the outside,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
unlike another other apartments that we usually see. So we thought we should know more because we're searching for a house from a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how we reached out to you guys. So that's
Yeah,
where we are right now.
great. Thank you so much. So yes, this project is one of its kind. I can say that. So let me tell you. Have you heard about Indian Green Building Council (IGBC)?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is certified from Indian Green Building Council, and we got a platinum rating for this project. So platinum. So it basically starts from bronze, silver, gold, and goes up till the platinum. So we got the highest rating
Oh,
because it
that's
was.
great! Congratulations on that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shruti. So the whole concept was based on self-sustainability. In short, whatever amount of energy that we use in this whole area, the same amount of energy we will consume. If do you have any idea about Miapur, Talkie Town Theatre at Miapur?
Yes, we are aware about that area.
Great.
Yes.
So this is exactly opposite to Talkie Town Theatre, right on the Miapur exhibition ground. If you would be like, that's right on the main road.
Oh, is it? Okay, okay. So it's is it somewhere close to Sitara Grand Hotel?
Yes, just beside that, exactly, just beside the Chitara Grand Hotel.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's great.
So we took a 2 acres land over here and we came up with this tower. This is a G plus 14 plus 2 basement here.
Mm-hmm.
And the elevation of the building, if you see, the building is basically kind of perpendicular to the road. If this is the main road, that's how the building is facing towards.
Okay, okay.
So what we did together means is basically from an architect-based firm, designed from an architect-based firm called Fountainhead Design. So we are pretty well known in India. We have our like offices across pan India, and we have a headquarters in Hyderabad. So what we did before designing this whole project, we did a small survey, and we visited a family like you physically and wanted to know the pain points for the people who were living in those like huge gated communities. So we
Mm-hmm.
took all of those pain points and we made sure all those points are addressed in a design that I'm going to talk about how this design will help you.
Okay, okay. This is typically what we do in the IT industry when we are developing a product.
Correct, absolutely. So this was kind of a small survey we did and we like jotted down some points and then we came up with this product. So
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
where do you live, Shruti and Rakesh?
We live in a residential community in Kukatpalli.
Okay.
So yeah, I work at Raheja Mindspace,
Okay.
and Rakesh works company within High Tech City. So
Okay.
yeah, so basically we our offices are located close to each other.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So I assume like this won't be much far from your place also because if you see, know those that this place is very close to Elvin Cross Junction. All you have to do is take the left, and there's a flyover also coming at from the Kondapur RTO till the Kothaguda. That's
Okay,
under
so we have to
construction.
take the Hafizpet Road, right?
Correct.
To
Yes.
Okay, okay, understood. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me open this presentation now. As I was telling, we did a survey and we wanted to come with a product which is more user centric and that is more kind of an Indian living. So what we realized in like usually what in apartments, how apartment culture is, in the name of privacy, we become like diluted from our neighbors. We hardly meet anybody. We hardly know anyone except like three, four next door neighbors that we have.
Hmm.
However, if you see how our upbringing used to be, it was like kind of togetherness we had in our village days, where everybody knows everyone, which we call a mohalla culture in short.
Correct.
So similar culture we're going to want to introduce over here at Togetherness. So if you know, like that's how our upbringing used to be. I remember I learned my bike ride from a next door neighbor, like Anaya. He taught me that bullet, and he taught me. So that's how our experiences, we learn from their experiences, and we give our experiences to our new generations. So this is what we see at the ground floor, right? Right now, what you see is a ground floor render. This is basically called a social congregation spaces, which is specially meant for some small occasions like Republic Day or Independence Day or Ganesh Visarjan, Durga Puja. So usually what happens in a typical apartment, I don't know about yours though, like we do it at the parking, right? And the whole parking get disturbed for 10 days, 15 days till that whole ritual is happening.
Right, right, correct. That's what happens typically in our community as well.
Yeah. So instead, what we did, we gave a dedicated area for all these celebrations. In addition to that, we have this banquet hall also. This is also the ground floor. So all your small celebrations, like your birthday parties, that you can actually do it over here in this banquet hall. This has a capacity of around 110 to 125 people in this banquet hall. So beauty of the design of Togetherness is like these multi-level lobby. So I'll just go back to the elevation once, and I'll tell you what is this multi-level lobby. Can you see these like open spaces at the center?
Yes.
So this is our clubhouse. So what we did over here, instead of building a separate clubhouse, we made like we have given out 5400 SFT area on each floor, starting from ground floors and goes up till the 14th floor. So each floor has some other activities. Like say for example, if this might have a play area, this would have a rock climbing, this would have a tennis court, this would have a badminton, so on and so forth.
So Azhar, is there any reason why you've not constructed a separate clubhouse? How did this come about?
Yeah, sure. So when we're doing a survey, what we realize, like say like you guys are living in your do you have a clubhouse by the way in your particular society?
We do.
Great.
Yes.
So how often do you guys use it, like in a quarterly basis?
No, I mean we pay for the clubhouse fairly regularly, but maybe once or twice a month we use.
Correct, absolutely. So same output we got it when we did a survey. Like as everybody, like when they end up buying a house, they pay something extra for a clubhouse. But however, like we don't use it much of it. And the big reason was like we hardly get time. Like we have multiple towers in the clubhouse at one corner of the whole like area, and we don't know anybody whom we can play tennis or badminton. So they prefer to be like in their apartments and not use it much often. So as per a survey, like when we did, around hardly 5 to 10% of the people end up using those clubhouse out of the total. So having said this, if you have these things right in the center of the building, it is more accessible to end users.
Makes sense.
So you might see like your neighbors or your friends playing badminton over here, anywhere on the floors, and you might join them. That's the main reason what we did. We compromised on that 5400 area on each floor, and we came up with this clubhouse on each floor. We'll go back to this ground floor level. This is the banquet hall, the multi-level lobby that we discussed, and this is the conference room. This is at the ground floor also. Like since you guys both are working into IT field, and there might be some time when the internet goes down, right? And you would have to connect with the data, and there would be a lot of internet connectivity issue. Correct me if I'm wrong on all these things.
Yeah,
No,
definitely. I
definitely.
think it's a valid concern.
So what we did over here, we have dedicated conference room. In case of all those issues, you can actually come down here to the ground floor. You can resume your work, or if like say tomorrow Rakesh or Shruti want to start up their own company and they don't have a space for that, these rooms can be used. These conference rooms can be used initially to build your own
All
offices.
these rooms need to be booked. Is that how it's gonna work?
Yeah, so we're gonna have a CRM. So you have to pre-book those rooms on your name, and so it's like first come first serve. So if that room is empty, you can block it.
Okay.
That's how usually, like if you see like how offices work. So you have multiple meeting rooms, you block that room on your name.
Right.
And on the right, we see an informal sitting spaces. This is for senior citizens, especially meant for senior citizens, not to be very precise, but like that's how it has been designed. If you see, like it has those board games, chessboard, carom board, and it has a library kind of a concept where you have a couch and small books that will be kept. So, like, say tomorrow, if your parents or your father-in-law, mother-in-law, they want to come down, they can actually spend a good, valuable time in this particular room. They can meet another people of their own age group, and they're going to have a small club itself. Now we go down to a basements. Before I start about the basement of Together Mints, I would like to know how is your cellar in your present society? Is there any difficulties that you have?
Well, it is, I don't know, damp and dark, I should say.
Okay, true, true.
But I think, yeah, it's like any typical basement. You just go down,
Uh-huh.
you struggle to really run to the lift to get out of there. It's
Mhm.
a lot of smoke, right? So,
You mean to say it's suffocating, right?
yes.
So yeah, so what we did over here, we made sure all those things like suffocation, dark, dungy, that smell, bad odor, like smell that we get at the cellar, are all these things are addressed in our design part. So first that we see over here is like these cellars are pretty much colorful, all different colors that we have. Second, after every 2-3 pillars, we have this open duct. If you see my cursor here, so these ducts are open to sky, so you get a proper oxygen, proper air that will be like reaching out to these both the basement level. So it won't be suffocating. Usually, that's how it happened.
Okay.
And in addition to that, each flat owners will get these two parking. You either get side by side, or you might even get these mechanical parking. So there are a lot of activities happening at the basement. Say, for an example, if you see these trolleys in this renders, right? So what we have done here, we have kept around 60 trolleys on each basement. So say tomorrow, if you're coming from a grocery shop, and so usually what we do, we park our car and we carry those heavy bags and thalas and somehow drag it to our elevator and drag it to a particular flat where we live. So instead of
Right.
all these activities, we can actually take these trolleys, put it there, and take out to our respective flat, leave at a doorstep, and call the facility team, and they're going to bring it back to the basement.
Okay.
Oh, that'll be quite a relief.
Yeah, it is indeed. So these are very small thing. I know these are not a very big thing, but yeah, but that's what we realized during the survey. Like these small things had to be there in any like society or apartment. This is one of those, and there are a lot of other things. Like we have a locker room, so we have around 4 by 6 small lockers in the basement. So all your abandoned items that you're not using at your homes, I'm pretty sure you would have a lot of those stuff, right? So instead
Right.
of keeping at your
Yes, we do.
home, you can actually dump it at the lockers. You'll be given a locker. There would be a separate car wash area at both the basement. So, like again, if you do that fair, like that comparison to Together Means to apartment, that's usually what happens. We take our car to our ground floor level and we wash our car, and the whole area, that whole slot becomes so muddy, right? So instead of that, we have a dedicated wash area at the basement level. We have a laundry zone also. We have a driver zones. So in short, this itself address all your needs that you need at the basement, both the level 1 and level 2.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, definitely. I think the section for trolleys and driver's lounge, these are some things that I don't think we've come across. So that will definitely be a good addition and a benefit, certainly.
Yeah. Great. Now we come up to second floor. This is the rent, like if you see, at second floor we have those small play area for the kids, a hodgepodge area, and there's a toddler's gym also over here if you see my cursor. And this
Okay.
whole area is designed in a zigzag way. Like if you see second floors connect with third and fourth, like this. So what happens if you see these are small sitting decks that have been arranged here at this. So even if you have like small kids, you don't have to actually like stand and look over the kids. So you can actually be seated at these decks. You can continue your work and can still have that visual connectivity with the kids over here. So what your kids are doing, what they're playing, and still carry on with their work. So kind of a multitasking thing is what like this will help you with these two things.
Okay. Are all the floors connected like the one that you showed here?
Not all the floor, like almost like 2, 3, 4. These are connected, and 4, 5, 6. These are another connected. So in a group they are connected in a group wise.
Oh, okay. Okay. Understood. Yeah.
And now we have those learning rooms. So especially like say you guys, you both are into IT, into development, and tomorrow like I'm pretty sure like you might be very good with your coding languages like Python, SQL, or Java or anything. And tomorrow you will be like, let's do one thing. Let's volunteer for Python classes for our apartment kids for like weekly basis something. So these rooms can be utilized for all those learning purposes or where you share your experiences, you teach kids, or also the other reasons. Say like there are other like grown-up kids, and there's another grown-up kid in the same building who studies in the same grade. So these people, like kids, can come together same place and they can study together. They can get a tutor and they can use these particular rooms, learning rooms here. And now we have those music and the dance room. This is located in the fifth floor. You see, are you guys into any kind of like art, culture, music, dance?
I think it's very difficult to find time
Okay.
these days.
I'm pretty sure after you get into togetherness, you will have one of these hobbies. You'll develop one of these hobbies, either into music or dance or into painting. Because we have those dedicated rooms if you see in the renders, and now we're going to have those dedicated trainers also. So we have some people in our community who already bought the flat here. They're very good in like few of the people are good in music. The other people good in dance, so they can volunteer for those music and dance as a tutor. I
Mhm.
can teach you guys if you guys are keen in learning any of those art and culture.
Yeah.
So we have those performance deck also. If you see again, like those performance that happens in the building that like this has a dedicated area, and we have this open air theater. So the
Mhm.
whole idea of getting this open air theater again, like if you go back to those 90s and those 80s era in our village, how it used to happen, there used to be one television in the whole village, right? And we all used to sit together and watch those cricket matches or like Mahabharata or any of those series together in like with our friends, family, and everybody in that whole village.
Right.
So a similar kind of experience, we're going to bring it back. So we're going to have those open air theater. This is partially open towards the right side. So those your Friday night movies, weekend movies, or your like IPL screening matches, these can be telecasted over here. And the whole purpose is the whole building people can come together and can watch under one roof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is something that we already discussed, and we have a crush also, a beautiful crush at the ground floor. So since like you guys both are working and so tomorrow if you have kids and you don't have much time to look over the kids, so rather than that you can actually give your kids to those crush. They're going to take care of your kids, and in the evening you can get like once you're done with the work, you can get them back and you can have a nice evening with your kids, family, and you can enjoy your time.
Mm.
So this was the room that I spoke about, senior citizen room, and we have this rock climbing zone here. So this is at the sixth floor, and on the adjacent side of this rock climbing zone, we have those games rooms. If you see, there's snooker room here, and we have even the flooring is made of rubber here at the sixth floor. So we have made sure all those precautionary measures we have taken care, and we're gonna have a dedicated trainer in case if any of the kids are performing in those exercises, rock climbing. Now,
Azhar, are adults also allowed to use this, or do you have like dedicated spaces only for kids or something like that?
so yeah, adults are allowed, but yes, to like we need to check like what is the age group. Like in terms of like if you talk about this rock climbing zone, preferred like teenage kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
because of the weight, because of the rope weight and all. It's always preferred teenage kids, and we will have a dedicated trainer. They probably would suggest if the like adults are coming, they're going to change the rope or they're going to use the same rope. If you see.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Now this is at the terrace. A small question that I have with like both of you. Like how like do you guys use your apartment terrace?
No, it's actually
Uh,
not allowed. So
Okay.
yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to use our apartment terrace.
So what do you see? Like what is there at your terrace? On like I know it's locked as you said.
I think
So
it's just like a regular terrace. You have
Mhm.
a few air conditioning systems there
Mhm.
that are propped up,
Mhm.
and nothing much actually.
Got it.
I think, and also water tanks. I'm
Yeah.
sure there are water tanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like pretty much littered, like wires, dish TV,
Yes,
all
yes.
those cables, wires, water tanks, everything's littered everywhere on the terrace, right?
Correct,
I'm
correct,
I'm
probably.
pretty sure like all the buildings have the same kind of concept, right?
Y-
Instead, what we
Yeah.
did together means we're gonna have those rooftop cafe like this. If you see the renders, so this
Mm.
we're gonna place those small benches over here. So say one odd evening, when a lot of your like colleagues or friends or your cousins they're dropping down to your house, and you don't want the whole house to be disturbed, right? So what you can do
Yeah.
over here, you can actually take your snacks, meal, or anything, whatever that you have cooked, and take down, like, and take up to your terrace, sit with your friends, family, and can have a good evening, like, beautiful, enjoy the sunset, and can have a wonderful time with them.
Yeah, I
So,
think that'll be great because whenever we are hosting for our friends,
yeah,
the part where where you have to clean up after they leave,
exactly.
I
Mhm.
think that's a huge task for both of us.
That itself is a
Yeah.
kind of an effort for both, like the family itself.
Yeah,
Get
exactly. And then, it takes up a lot of your time and effort, and you don't feel like your Sunday has gone off well.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
absolutely. So over here, what you can do is like you can just we're gonna have those trash bins over here. You can eat and put this in your bin, and can let
Mm-hmm.
you off. So as simple as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now we have those board games. This is pretty common. We all have played carom board, chess board, and different Ludo games, and when we were kids. But like especially if you see the kids at this age, like during this era, they're more inclined towards playing the virtual carom board, chess board on their iPhones and their iPads, right?
Yes, yes.
So what we did over here as a builder, we wanted to motivate them. So that's why we have like kept all these board games. This is right at front of your elevators, so kids can basically use them, and it is more accessible to them. And we have this gaming console room on the right. So Rakesh, are you into kind of some kind of a gaming, NFS, FIFA?
Yes, whenever I have time,
Yeah,
I do. Not
great,
regularly though.
great, great. So Shruti gonna find Rakesh over here all the time on weekends in this.
I guess I'm
I'm sure.
more inclined to the snooker table.
Okay, I'm going to come to that snooker table as well. So this is a snooker table. This is right at the seventh floor. Okay,
This is
and
where I'll find Rakesh actually.
yeah, exactly. And now we have those air hockey and the foosball table also. So in short, what I can say is the Togetherness itself will have all the amenities, all the facility that you actually go to the mall and you get it. Like we go to the mall and we play those foosball, snooker table, or we go to any of the clubhouse. So this helps you to get yourself entertained and build your friends in your neighborhood and get that essence of togetherness in togetherness.
Yeah, I mean the concept is really good, and I can see myself using a lot of these areas. But how is it going to be maintained? Who's going to maintain this?
Yeah, so for initial 2 years, we're going to maintain it, and after that, like since you guys will be the part of an association, you guys will have a mandate. Like you guys would be will decide whether we did a good job for these 2 years and you wanted us to continue or not. If you say yes, we're going to continue it like till the time you guys say yes. But for like minimum 2 years is like kind of mandatory that we're going to do it during the initial time.
Hmm.
Yeah. And what is the maintenance cost per SFT?
So it's around 5 rupees per SFT on a monthly basis.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, fine.
And also, if you see these are like now we again like if you see we started from ground floor and now we're discussing on the ninth floor over here. So ninth floor we have those TT table, couple of table tennis table, and we have all an indoor badminton court over here. So yeah, this is again covered with like around 30 feet roof, 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Yeah.
Is that a cricket court that I'm seeing?
Yeah, just beside that you have a small gully uh, cricket court. I'll show you the different render how this actually looks like over here. Now we actually go back to your ground floor. Say like you park your car at the basement level, and you live at a 12th floor. So how your whole elevator journey will look like? So if you see in the renders, all the elevators at Togetherments are of are glass elevators. These are not the enclosed elevators. So we would be giving 4 elevators. 3 would be for public use, and 1 would be for your logistic purpose that you can basically use it. The beauty of the design of these elevators that basically it goes through the amenities area of on from each floor. Say if you actually take an elevator to the basement from the 12th floor, so you see the amenities that are there on the 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like every time when you go up or go down. So what happens? So every time when you go up and go down, when you see like kids playing badminton or your neighbors playing tennis or any table tennis, snooker table or games, you end up using those amenities more often rather than having those separate clubhouse. That was like that what Rakesh was telling, like he does not use much like clubhouse much often like in his present society.
Yeah, we don't use much.
So this will basically motivate you to like end up using much often, and it's more accessible also right in front of it.
Yeah.
And that's how the gully cricket is. If you see in the render, that's how we used to play a gully cricket, and that's how we're going to bring it at Togetherments. And yeah, we have this beautiful swimming pool, infinity pool, right at the terrace. So having said this, we had an ample space at the ground floor itself, but we wanted to make sure this is right at the terrace. Keeping in note, the cost was like 3 times, 4 times costlier than any normal apartments like pool. The very big reason, what we realized in any apartment, gated community, society, what we realized people don't end up using pool much often, and the very big reason was if we have this pool over here, surrounding the pool we have those like towers or apartments and the balconies and the windows are facing towards it. So the privacy is breached. I'm pretty sure you would have noticed in your society or somewhere you would have lived, right?
No, certainly it's the same in the society that we're living right now. So yeah, that is one of the reasons why I actually don't use it.
Yeah. So what we did at Togetherments, we kept this pool right at the 15th floor at one corner of the terrace, and this is a bio pool. So we have a flowing current, water current over here, and on this side we have those shower rooms for boys and girls. So you can actually swim across and can take a shower and can like enjoy like to weekend or your holiday. Now we have those yoga decks at the terrace also. So if you guys are into yoga, meditation, you can come up to 15th floor. It's a very good height and can do early yoga and can kickstart your day with this. So till now, whatever that you have seen, I have spoken about Togetherments, what culture we're going to bring, we are thinking to bring. Right now, I'm going to talk about the green part of the Togetherments. So the first part of the first green part is this like 4x4 square foot farming. So each house gets this 4x4 square foot pots. So these are your organic pots. These are not your flower pots or your plantation pots. Here we would force you to get your hand dirty in the mud and short.
So it's up to us to, make sure the crop is growing, maintain it.
Exactly. So we're going to have those kind of workshop with the farmers. It's not like that. So in case if you don't know how to grow coriander, dhania, pudina or potato, they're going to tell you, those dedicated farmers, they're going to tell you how to do that. How much amount of what are things that you should do to grow all these things in 4x4. So those.
So what if I'm, I don't know, out of the city for a week or two?
Mm-hmm. So you can actually
who can take care of that?
Yeah, as an association. So since like we would be maintaining it, you can just let the association, the FMS team know, let them know that you won't be in the city and for a couple of weeks and ask them to water the plants. So they're going to do it.
Okay.
And in addition to these 4x4 pots, we have those vertical farms. I'll go back to the elevation picture once more. If you see these one, right, where my cursor is. So these are basically a vertical organic farming.
Okay.
So that would have shown you from inside. So this would be kind of a restricted area. In case if you guys are very much inclined toward farming and agriculture, you will get an access card where you can swipe the card and get inside this and can help the farmers to grow small amount of vegetable, fruits, seasonal vegetables and fruit here. And whatever amount of farming that we do over here will be supplied to a small organic cafe inside the building. So as a residence, you can actually buy those vegetables from that organic cafe. I'll show you those organic cafe in my later slide. So this is another rooftop garden that is at the terrace. So this is that gives kind of a dhaba look. The stone petals are cut down, and so again, if one odd evening when you wanted to enjoy the monsoon, the rain, you can get your drinks, snacks, and can have a good time with your friends, family, cousins at the terrace itself. So this was the organic cafe. Have you seen this G logo?
I'm sorry.
Uh,
So,
yes, yes.
we are into FMCG also. FHD is into small kind of. So we supply small amount of fruits, vegetables in a lot of retail stores, supermarkets across Hyderabad. And the same cafe we're going to set up over here in this building at the 11th floor. So this acts as your vegetable market and also your tiffin center. So early morning, your idli dosas, puri, so you can get it over here. Especially family like you, when both husband wife both are working, it's very hectic to maintain, like get dressed, get freshen up, and rush to your office. So you can actually like come up to this tiffin center and can have your tiffin and can go to your respective offices from here.
Right.
And yeah, this is the badminton court, and that's how the lobby would be designed.
Okay.
Yeah. Now there's something called backyards. So at Togetherments, we don't use that terminology balconies. Instead, we call it backyards. Very big reason. Even the smallest house that you get at Togetherments, that is 1750, you get these balcony of 9.5 into 11.5. That huge. So here you have this option to grow your do small amount of farming also, like what we have seen at 4x4 pot. So you can keep it over here. You can do vertical farming or horizontal farming in this backyard. And we have something more into waste management also. So you might know about crusher, right? That are used in the homes to crush different kind of waste, like organic waste, paper waste, plastic waste. The similar crusher, going to give it to each resident. So going to dispose each waste into different bucket and goes back for recycling.
Mm-hmm.
So this is done centrally, or all residents must segregate it.
So
Separately.
yeah, so it's like we're going to have the crusher. That is one thing at your in your residence itself. So that itself crushes all the waste. So that gets accumulated into some kind of a bucket, and then a team, like a facility team, going to segregate those waste into different buckets. It can be the paper waste, it can be the plastic waste, glass or metal or whatever the waste is. That gets into different buckets, and then from there they will send it for recycling.
Mm-hmm. So the residents don't have to segregate?
So in short, like we're going to have two kind of a bucket. If you see that how it happens, your food waste bucket and going to have your normal bucket. So depending on that, we will give those buckets. Like you have to dispose your waste in those particular bucket.
Mm-hmm. Okay, makes sense.
And now we have the solar panels. Like as I told you, the whole concept was based into self-sustainability. So we have those solar panels spread across the terrace. So this generates around 140 kilovolts of electricity, 140, good enough for the common areas. So the whole common areas are going to use the electricity that is generated from the solar panels.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's for the common areas and not the homes.
Yes, it's for the common areas, exactly.
Okay.
Second, all the homes inside Togetherments, I'll come to that in the later slides, are purely ventilated. So we have maintained 10 feet gap between each flats. So there's no common sharing walls. So it's properly ventilated, it has proper air, it has proper lighting. So these things we have taken care of. And rainwater harvesting, yes, like everybody is doing these days, and we're also doing it. There's something I believe you guys already know it, so I won't discuss much into it. And this is the building. That's how the building will be facing towards the main road. So this would be a pedestrian entrance from the main road, and the other side will be your car entrance. If you see my cursor here.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're going to have a gym, a beautiful gym at 13th and the 14th floor. Are you guys into fitness, gym, or cardio, anything?
Yes, I mean mentally.
Okay. Nice. So, like, you don't have to actually go anywhere to the gym or get a membership there. There's a fully loaded gym right at the 13th or 14th. So, probably one floor will have a heavyweight, other would have a cardio, and this would be an open area for your chin ups, push ups, or any exercises that you do in the morning.
Right.
So, in addition to that, we have something called chaperone services. These are like nothing but like babysitters. So, especially family like you who are like husband, wife, both are working. So for those family, we're going to give a lot of chaperones or community ayahs. So they're going to pick up the kids from school and bring them to their homes or feed them lunch or take them to the tennis class, badminton class, and be with them until unless the parents or the guardian is back. In short. So yeah. So that's pretty much about the building, right? I'll go back to this elevation. So I've covered everything starting from the ground till the 14th floor. So I'll take a small pause here, and in the meanwhile, if you guys have any questions, please shoot. Like I'll be happy to answer all of them.
So which direction are we seeing? Is this east or north?
This is the west. These are the west facing side.
Okay. So there's east and west.
Exactly. I'll show you the like different one. So if you open a website, there's something called Experience Zone. So if you open this Experience Zone here, so I'll show you the layout plan also, how the ground floor and typical floor plan works.
Right.
So you'll get a very good idea which is east and which is west, and how the design is. There's the design. So how is the whole experience like the walkthrough of this whole building?
Yes, it's definitely good. Like I said, I can see myself using a lot of these spaces. Right now, I think one of the main reasons I don't go to the clubhouse is because it's a long way off. I need to walk. I don't have company. This
And
looks-
also, most often, like we find them being used by someone else, so we end
Okay.
up coming back home, and then we're too lazy to go back and see if it's not if it's empty and can be used. And mostly what Rakesh does with pool is, we both end up going out to private clubs and we go
Okay.
there and use the pool, and it takes up a lot of our time actually.
Got it.
Yeah.
So this whole building itself will have like you don't have to go anywhere else. You have
Yeah.
a pool, you have a TT table, gym, everything in short.
Yeah.
What type of people are you seeing, who are actually buying this sort of places?
So what we have done, like what the usual trend that what you have seen over the past. So there are two typology of people who are basically buying this house. So family like you, our husband, wife, both are working, and a pretty young stage, like in a growing or about to grow, like that stage. And there's another typology which is 50 above, but socially really active, very active in sports activities, and about to retire, and the kids are living up somewhere else. They're like kind of floating kids, keep coming on vacation and they go back. So
Right.
these two typology of people are choosing this kind of a concept very much.
Okay.
So I was showing you this ground floor plan. So this is your main road, if you see, and that's how the building is located. Almost like so we have left half-acre land at the front, if you see, and that's your pedestrian entrance. If you see my cursor here, and
Yeah.
the other side is your car entrance. So these are your clubhouses. Like this, we have basketball, a long tennis, and then we have a banquet hall over here. These are the things, yeah.
So is it the same entrance, entry and exit point for vehicles?
Yeah, so if you see, we have given like it's the same, but we have divided this into a small with a divider. So this is the entry, and that other side is the exit. So this would be the same gate, but this will be divided with a small divider here.
Acha. Okay, understood.
And there's enough like jogging area also in the running track here.
Yeah,
You can start it from here and can go till this tennis like this here.
correct.
And this greenery, going to maintain all these greenery on the plantation part. We're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other questions you guys have?
Nothing much. Is there a visitor parking area?
Yes. So
Okay.
we have dedicated visitor parking. If you see a drop off here,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we have dedicated visitor parking. We have dedicated Amazon, Swiggy, Zomato guy parking, bike parkings that will be dedicated for them.
Oh.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So the restaurant on the top is it's functional every day.
Yeah, it's not a restaurant. It's basically a rooftop kind of a sit-out area. So we would keep it benches and something. You can get your stuff, your snacks and food, and you can eat it and can dump it at the bin there, the trash bin at the terrace.
Okay, okay.
So the only thing that is functional is that organic cafe that I spoke about, the tiffin center that acts as your vegetable market and also your tiffin center, both the things.
And that's operational every day.
Yes, that will be operational every day. Yes, yes. So that was pretty much about the building. And now I'm going to talk about this your flat unit area. So this is a typical floor plan from second floor till the 14th floor. All the floors would look like pretty much the same. So these two that you see over here, these are facing towards the main road. So you have a road over here. You see my cursor.
Got
So
it.
this, yeah,
Yeah.
this is your bigger unit, which is 1928 east, and this is 1918 west. So we have altogether 7 flat on the east and 4 flat on the west. That makes 11 flats on each floor.
Okay.
Yeah, and what we have done, that this was the area that we spoke about in earlier. So this area on each floor is around 5400 SFT. If you see, 3 flats we have actually cut down. One, two, three.
Mm-hmm.
So we have cut down the area of 3 flats just to give those clubhouse things for the families. So I would like to know which is your preference, east and the west, and on that I'll show you what will be the floor plan, how your house will look like.
Rakesh, you have any preference?
Yeah, I guess we're not as much into Vastu, but I would require, maybe my preference is basically something that I can see the sun rising from. So I would say
Okay.
west facing would be better.
Yes. Okay. Great. So I'll just pull up a west facing plan and here.
Is there any difference in the sizes based on east and west?
Yes. So if you see over here, so this is 1750, the west facing side, and this is 1773. So there's just like 23 SFT is a difference. So what I'll do, I'll show you how the inside house looks like in 1750, and then I'll compare with 1773. Later, when you guys come down to our site office, you can actually we have a model house ready for both the flats, east and the west. You can actually decide which one do you want to go with, west or the east.
Okay.
So this is your west facing side one. If you see the entrance, so this is a blue color door that I'm showing you. Having said this, we have multiple options in the door color. So one is blue that you see, other is white, and then we have brown, we have red, we have green. So as per your choice, as per your color, you can choose your own door color. So the whole idea, like as I told you, we want to give this corridor as a kind of a mohalla, like a village street. You're getting a point, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
people will know you with like blue color wale, door wale, and this white color wale. Not all the doors are same. That's usually what happens in typical apartments. Just beside the door, we have the shoe rack that is inclined towards the wall. We have a nameplate area, and we have a small switchboard also at the entrance itself. So during Diwali or any celebrations that we do, instead of taking the wire from inside, you can actually plug in here and can light up your entrance. So now, as soon as we open the door, this is your area. This is which we call a foyer area. You don't directly jump to your living area. This is a foyer area, and from foyer you go to your living and your dining area.
Okay.
Azhar,
Yeah.
I have a small question actually. When Rakesh and I were going through the website,
Uh-huh.
saw that you guys do user-centric homes, that
Yes.
you incorporate UI and UX into home design. So that was something that we wanted to know. And now that you're talking about the house, can you like
Hmm.
maybe tell us, because we're
Sure.
not aware about this?
Sure. So user-centric in thought, what it means is like how does that address all your needs? So say if you buy a house that is 1750, and there's another family like who buys the same 1750, but your typology of living is different and their typology of living is different. So what we do in those two different families, though you're the carpet area or the super build-up area is the same, but the internals, little bit of the internal, the design or the architecture changes depending on family type to family type and your choices. Just one wild example, say like you guys, like right now you guys both are working. So
Yeah.
what I would do is I would suggest a multitasking room in your case, like a workstation come, your entertainment come, your guest bedroom. However, for a like another family who's above 50, partially like about to retire, and so they would not need that like workstation, right? They would need a bigger puja room. In your case, I can give a smaller puja or something in that. We can tweak that. So those little bit of tweak, that's what we call user-centric houses. So what we do here, that is one part. Second is we also give you an option to choose your own tiles color, choose your own bathroom fittings, choose your wall color. So you might like white, I might like caramel white, other might like yellow. So I would not, as a builder, I would not put the same color for all the houses. As per your choices, you're gonna color it. As per your tiles, you select your tiles, you select your flooring, you select your kitchen accessories. So those things we can tweak it. So that's what we call user-centric houses.
The internal modifications are possible.
To some extent, yes. However, your balconies, your plumbing points, these cannot like we cannot change this. Like small extent, like your as I told you, like you need a workstation, smaller puja, bigger puja. You need an open kitchen, you need a closed kitchen. So these something we can tweak it.
I think that's quite understandable. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll show you both the houses, then you can get an idea. Like this is one that I'm showing you has a bigger puja. Other one that I'll show you the same render that will have a smaller puja. So we have actually made 4 5 templates of the houses, depending on the age group, depending on the profession, depending on your family types. And then once you finalize, you can also finalize what type of internals you want. So those
Okay.
discussions we can have it once you close.
Okay.
So this is your foyer area. If you see, pretty nice area. Don't go. I'll show you the dimension. Just see the renders right now. That's how it looks. So this foyer area basically address all your needs that you need at the entrance. So this has a place for your keychains and your laptop bags, your sports kits, your sports shoes. So you don't have to drag it inside and get your whole house dirty. You can keep at the foyer itself.
Right.
Yeah. And I forgot to add, these, whatever that I'm showing you is along with the interiors, if you see here.
Okay. So,
Hmm.
how would it be without interior? Like, what
Mhm.
what is included in the developer scope?
So, from the developer side, we would be giving bare shelf space. That is your door, balconies, and your sliding doors. Nothing into wood structure. If you would like, if you see over here, like we have given a wooden sofa and your false ceiling, these lightings. These things are not. These are an add-ons. So since Fountainhead Design is into architecture, landscape designing, interior designing, if you want the interiors to be done, we can sit with you. We can design a beautiful interiors for your home. But this is for as an additional cost.
Okay. Got it.
So the flooring and the kitchen slabs, all that are included?
Yeah, the flooring, kitchen slab, your wash basin sink, these are included. The taps, your windows, doors, these are part of the basic, which we call anything that have like not the interiors part, in short.
Okay.
Okay.
So from this foyer, you come up to this dining area. Your small. This is a puja room we have given, right? So there's another one that I'll show you, which does not have this puja room. Rather, it has this open area.
Mhm.
Okay. And this is your living area, which is partially open to this kitchen. If you see, there's a half open kitchen here. I'll show you the different render. That's how it is. If you see, right in front of the television set. And these are your landscape balconies that I spoke about. This is around 9.5 to 11.5. A beautiful
That's
size.
pretty
Yeah.
large.
Yeah. So what we want you, rather than spending like usually what happens, builders or any apartment, they compromise on the balcony spaces, right? And we give huge, big rooms. So what happens like if you are living in a joint family or with the kids, everybody is in their room and they don't come out. So you want the people to sit in this particular balconies, landscape balconies. If you remember, how are argan? Have you heard about this word argan? Like old houses Argan used to be, where there was an open area and we used to sit together as a family and can have a like we used to have a good days. Those in the village, right? Similar kind
Yeah,
of
like the front porch of the house.
correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. Similarly, like you have those sit-out areas you call. So you either keep your coffee table, you keep your sofa, you do your plantation. It has an adequate space for everything. And we have this kitchen. So this kitchen is also a good size. I'll give you the dimension. Approximately it is 11.5 into 12, the one that I'm showing you in this render, which is attached to this utility here. If you see my cursor, this is the utility area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we have this master bedroom and children's bedroom. So children's bedroom has this standing balconies, if you see over here. So these are not big balconies. These are like hardly 2.5 feet balcony. So all you have to do is slide the doors and get in. Like you can have these are basically just for standing purpose. I'll show you
Okay.
different. Can you see this green patches, right?
Yeah.
So these are your standing balconies basically. So the whole standing balcony would be covered with an iron mesh, and this again would be covered with the greenery on it. So that's which we make a green wall over here.
So are we supposed to water all those plants, or how is that?
So we're going to have a drip irrigation system here.
Okay.
So you don't have to water it, and we're going to maintain it also. Like we, as in the association, the community association, we're going to maintain it. So the end user, they don't have to do anything. So what it does, the whole purpose of giving this standing balcony, these are west-facing side flat, right? This is like exposing to the sun. Especially like we all know how summers are in Hyderabad, those April, May month, right? So instead of like heat directly, like sun directly hitting your bedroom, this will hit those green patches and those green lights will come inside the bedroom. So according to our environmental engineers, when they talk about the particular bedroom, they say that the temperature of this bedroom would be always 4 to 5 degrees cooler than any normal apartment's bedroom. This cut down like quite good amount of heat here.
Okay.
And then we have this guest bedroom. This guest bedroom, if you've seen the renders, we are giving all those French windows, like that starts from your 2 feet above from the ground and touches almost till the ceiling. So these are not like small windows. So it's like, in short, this gives enough light, enough oxygen, like enough air. There's a proper ventilation in all these rooms. So this is your floor plan, west facing 1750. Here, this is your entrance. This is your foyer area, 10.4 into 9.2. You jump into this dining area, 10.2 into 18.6, and this is a living, which is attached to sit-out area here. This is your children's balcony, 12 into 11.10, almost square size, which is attached to a standing balcony and also a 3-piece suite washroom, a dry and a wet area here.
Okay.
And this is your master bedroom over here. This is your washroom, which is attached to a 3-piece suite washroom, and this is your kitchen. As I told you, this is 11.8 into 11.4. Pretty big kitchen.
Yeah, it's good enough actually.
Yep. And this is attached to utility area also, 7.8 into 6.6. A good size utility. So altogether, 3 bedrooms, 1 dining, living, foyer, puja, 3 washrooms, 1 standing balcony, and this sit-out area. So this makes 1750 west-facing side. How is this plan, by the way?
Yes, it's good. I liked it. But are there also units where the master bedroom also has a balcony?
Yeah, so we have 1773. I'll show that. So that has a standing balcony. I'll just give you a moment. Okay. So if you see in this 1773, I've shown with white color doors. That's what I was talking about in earlier. This is one with a smaller puja, which we call standing puja. Yeah. This is, I'll open the floor plan. You see, this has the master bedroom has a standing balcony and the children bedroom also has standing balcony. Sorry.
Oh, so this
Master-
one comes with like 2 standing balconies for both the bedrooms, right?
Correct.
So it'll have the similar view where you spoke about, less heat coming inside.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So what we have done, we have made this foyer little small here. In 1750, this foyer was pretty huge. This is, just see the dimension. This is the size 9.8 into 6.11. However, In this, we have 10.4 into 9.2. This is almost a room size square.
Right.
Yeah.
So little bit changes are there. There's just 23, like 1750 and 1773, 23 SFT is a difference. And some of the room we have, like the kitchen here is like 9.11 to 10.10. If you see, the kitchen in 1750 is pretty huge, 11.5 to 12. That's little bit changes. That's what we have now. And so these two plans are here, and we have a model house ready for both the flats, 1773 and 1750. And once you come down to our office, you can actually visit those model houses, and then you can decide which one do you prefer.
Are they open right now? Like, can we come down and
Yes.
have a look at them?
Yeah, so we are open from Monday till Saturday. And in case if you're planning to visit on Sunday also, you can just like send me a text or give me a call or let me know well in advance. I'll make sure I'll be there. Like somebody will be there to meet you at the site also.
Sure. We'll keep you informed as before we
Yeah,
come
sure.
down for the site visit.
Great, thank you. And we have taken care all the precautionary measures. Everything is like taken care in the site itself. So
Okay.
That's really great to know.
Just one quick question. So, how are you pricing these units?
So it's the base cost will basically cost you around 1.27. The base cost that I'm talking about, and it goes like for the biggest unit, there's 1928. It touches around 1.3536. So that is the base cost. But if you want to include your GST and the total, it will touch 1.35, 1.5.
So, can you tell me a little bit about what is included, what extra that I have to pay? So there's tax, right? And then there's registration also?
Yeah, so we are quoting around 6,800 rupees per SFT. There's an additional 8 lakhs rupees amenities charges on that. Amenities covers everything, that whatever that I spoke about in the earlier presentation. And this gives you 2 parking, the whole clubhouse access. And the only extra thing that you have to pay is 5% GST on the total.
Okay.
Okay.
And is there any corpus or something?
Yes. So corpus is something that you have to pay at the time of handover. So this is something that you have to pay to the association or the community. So we are aiming to do it in the February, March, another 10 months from now. So at that time, we'll ask you to pay the corpus fund, that is around 100 rupees per SFT. So for 1750, it will be 1,70,050 rupees. 1,750.
Okay.
And what about, like, I've heard that for high-rise buildings, developers typically charge this floor raise premium or something. How would that work out for?
So we don't charge anything for premium flats and non-premium flats. It's first come first serve. However, for floor rise, after 5th floor, till 5th floor, there's no floor rise charge. After 5th floor, we have 15 rupees, 15 rupees per SFT on each floor. So say if you're buying for 7th, there will be 30 rupees per SFT extra that you have to pay.
Okay, understood. So there's no separate, the pricing is not different for east facing and west facing?
No, we are not doing that. So it's like first come, first serve. If whatever that you choose that is available, we'll give it to you and we'll not ask you to pay anything extra for that.
So front facing, back facing, there is no extra cost or something?
No corner, or nothing as such. Like front facing would have an extra 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or the corner would have an extra cost, or open area would have an extra cost.
Okay.
I just have a couple of questions.
Yes, please.
So, what is the timeline you're looking at to hand over the whole project?
So,
when can I move in? Basically, I just want to know that.
Yeah. Pre-COVID, we actually plan to complete the construction and do the handover by December itself. However, due to this pandemic thing, even how the market got affected, so around there would be 2 to 3 months of delay. So another 8-10 months you can actually think over that we would give you a handover. However, for your interior works and all, we will give around by November, December, we will give the keys for the interior. So you can get your interior works done in 2-3 months of time, and after handover date, you can actually shift.
Okay.
So the second question I had was, What is coming up around the project? I mean, I just wanted to understand what my view is if I choose to go ahead.
Great. So if you see, this is the plan, right?
Yeah.
This is your road.
Right.
Here is your Indian Oil petrol pump on this side almost. Okay, and this side is your Hyundai showroom center. So we have left 40 feet gap from, like as per the GHMC norms, we have left 40 feet here, 40 feet here. At the back side is more than 60, I think so, this back.
Mm-hmm.
So for after 40 feet, there is a petrol pump, there's a Hyundai showroom, and we have a 60 feet gap. And after that, we have a convention center here, this side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is an open field. After 40 feet, there's an open field. If you remember, this used to be a Miapur exhibition ground.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a 2 acres open field after 40 feet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Also, Azhar, I heard that Miapur has some water problems. So, what about this project? Like, how is it going to be here?
So right now, we have done couple of borings that are beyond 1200 feet. So usually the water level at this area is around 800, 900. Plus, we have Manjera water also. So we have water, boring and Manjera. These two things are already there. So happily, like I cannot guarantee for lifelong, but yes, happily for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, this is like, they will not have any water. Probably after 10 years, if there is any issue, anyways, like you guys are paying a corpus amount, right? So that same amount can be utilized to do another trailing, in short.
Okay.
So what I'll do, I'll just send an email to you with a cost sheet with these two presentations that I have given it to you, so you can actually go through it. And also this experience zone, I would suggest you to go through this experience zone tab on our website. So this experience zone basically opens what are the things that we have on each floor. Look, I have opened for 5th floor and it says music and the dance room here.
Right.
Okay, so similarly, if I open for 6th, 7th, 6th floor will have something like it says children's play area, rock climbing, and a console room. So every floor they will open. However, this would be the same as I told you. The only difference will be this area, the 54 and SFT area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, you have my phone number. And I look forward to meeting you guys over the weekend. And in the meanwhile, I'll share all these details over the email also.
Yeah. And Azhar, can you also share the spec sheet with us so that we can...
Sure. Yeah. The blueprint of 1750 and 1773. Right?
Yes. That would be great.
Yeah. So, yeah, please go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah. I just wanted to know the availability, like what flats are available on each floor and...
what I'll do, once you come down to the office, I'll just tell you what are the flats that are available. If you see, that's how the flats are numbered. These are flat number 1. If it is on 6th floor, it will be 601. If it is on 7, it will be 701. So this is flat number 1, flat number 2, flat number 3. If it is on 6, it will be 603, 604. So I'll just tell you what are the numbers that are available.
Okay.
There are small PDF also that where those flat number would be written, which flat is vacant and which is already occupied. So you can actually choose your own flat as per the availability. And you can actually come down to the office also and can have a view how this whole area looks like, which would be the better one. If you wanted to go really up or you were happy at 3rd floor, 4th or 5th, these floors also.
Okay. Azhar, also, I just wanted to know if this project is RERA registered.
Yes. So this project is registered for RERA. If you see a website, this is the RERA number.
Okay.
The website itself, and it's well approved from GHMC. All the documents, everything is clear, and we have already tied up with 4 banks: HDFC, Bajaj Finance, LIC, and Oriental Bank of Commerce. These 4 banks are already tied up with us. So if you're trying to explore the banking option, we'll help you with the banking process also.
Okay. I think that sounds great.
Great. Any questions you guys have?
I'm sure when we visit, we'll have a few more, but I think covered pretty much everything I had in mind.
Great.
I think we'll be able to see how these spaces are coming up, and I think that will give us a much better perspective if we visit the site.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll Rakesh and I will schedule a visit sometime this week, and yeah, we'll definitely come down when you're also available so that you can show us around.
Sure, you can just let me know. I'll come down as per your availability.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your time. I appreciate that. And we'll look forward meeting at a site.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
Pleasure
thanks
talking.
a lot, Azhar. It was nice
Welcome.
talking to you.
Same here. All right. Goodbye.